My friends are incapable of murder.
Yeah, Andy, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I really am. My friends are incapable of murder. Oh boy, do we need to go back through the Rolodex of Sistas seasons 1 through 7 to go over the different examples of these women in particular? Um, Wait, hang on a second. My friends aren't capable of murder. Now, at first glance, I'm thinking Danny, Sabrina, Karen. That's who she's talking about, right? But then I thought, wait a minute. If she's also including Fatima in this group, that's a bold-faced lie. She know good and well Fatima is about that life. Now, yeah, usually she'll call upon somebody due to her family connections to handle the job, but we've seen Fatima, if the situation calls for it, she will get her own hands dirty. So Andy's telling a bold-faced lie. First of all, first of all, she knows for a fact that Danny murdered, and I'm using air quotes here, murdered Jonah after, he, what was it, slapped her and then spat on her. And then she tried to run him down in her car. Attempted murder because she was blinded by rage. But of course, we know he didn't die, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for Danny, because she didn't go to prison. But, he ended up with a one crutch and then he came back for revenge. But in any case, yeah, she is capable of murder. Hell, she was the main one screaming, "We just gotta kill him," in reference to Gary. So I'm like, Andy, come on now. Karen, now, even though it was just a daydream, we know she did shoot Fatima. It's a daydream, so it doesn't count. But I just wanted to mention it because people will say, like, Jeremy, why didn't you mention that one time? And we know she's packing. She isn't afraid to carry that purse around with her gun in case she feels threatened. Like, remember that one time when Zach and Fatima called Karen to come over to their house, and then Andy decided to tag along, and they were, parking the car and about to go in, and Andy's like, well, yeah, Karen, let me take your purse, and then Karen's like, no, we'll leave it in the car. No, because what if it's a trap? What if it's a setup? And it's like she literally went in there with the intention of, okay, if they try to jump me or something, I'm going to shoot Zach and Fatima. What the heck, man? No, that's not what they're about. But going back to season 1, the one time I do believe we saw Karen in a situation where she was almost going to be found guilty of murder, but then again, it would have been self-defense. Aaron's deceased ex-wife, Fawn, her brother Bean broke into Karen's apartment in order to get revenge for her or his sister's death, tries to kill Karen, but then I think he had a knife. Zach comes in to fight him off, but then gets stabbed. Then Karen grabs her gun and shoots him a few times. He doesn't die, but yeah, we know that if the situation demands it, she would, pull the trigger. Sabrina, I think I mentioned this in the trailer breakdown. The only violent scene I recall her dealing with was when she bust a bottle upside Alonzo's head in season 1 because he wasn't locked up for beating up Maurice and putting him into the hospital, and then she jumped on him, and then that got into a huge fight at the sports bar, but that was it. So in terms of the 3, I think Danny is obviously the most capable of, doing something like this. Karen, if pushed, and then Sabrina's kind of like, meh. But then I think about the whole untold story of what happened to Andy's abusive boyfriend from college that the girls talk about, in passing about, oh, well, remember what we had to do to get rid of him? And I'm like, did they murder this dude? Who knows? But yeah, and even if they did, Andy wouldn't know about it. So her saying they aren't capable of doing something like that makes sense, except for the Danny thing, because she literally went to her office in tears saying that I killed him. So yeah. So Andy, I don't know if you know your friends as well as you think you do, or she's just putting up a front so nobody gets in trouble. There you go. But hey, let me know your thoughts on Andy's ridiculous statement in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.